Welcome back. Well, let's talk about a couple of these buzzing stocks. Wockhardt's Habil Khorakiwala is joining in to discuss. He's the chairman of Wockhardt, who's joining in to discuss one of the key studies of their drug, WCK4873. Mr. Khorakiwala, thank you very much for joining in. You know, just in the past couple of minutes, your stock is spiked up around 17% on the back of news with regards to Nafithromycin showing some amount of success rate in the phase 3 studies. Can you tell us what this means and what's the connection to these pneumonia cases in China? Okay, I think we should just reconnect. We should just connect with Mr. Khorakiwala in just a couple of minutes. But like we've been pointing out, you know, Nafithromycin was evaluated in a multi-center double-blind phase 2 pneumonia study, which basically means that one of the key drugs which is generally used, it showed better results than that drug which is generally used. So we'll reconnect with Mr. Khorakiwala. You know, I think this is the second drug in their NCE portfolio, which has actually shown good amount of success rates as well. So that will be something important to watch out for. And as you can see, you know, the stock gaining is testament to the fact that there could be some amount of potential from this drug or whatever the market assumes from it.
All right, let's look away from Wockhardt for a bit and just, okay, I think Mr. Khorakiwala is there. You want to take that discussion?
Yes, sure. Mr. Khorakiwala, you know, I just wanted to know the potential of Nafithromycin and what does it mean? What's the connection with these cases that we're seeing of pneumonia in China?
The new drug, which is Nafithromycin, is for pneumonia, and it is given orally and by injectable in China. And it has a very significant potential worldwide, including India and China. And we have completed phase 3 clinical trial. And I think in my press release mentions about the incidence of death, and it is after nearly 30 years, a new macrolide, Nafithromycin, has come to the world after azithromycin, where the resistance level is extremely high.
Mr. Khorakiwala, good afternoon and thanks for joining in. We're going through your press release, but can you also explain to us what would this mean, the successful completion of the phase 3, in terms of, you know, any kind of monetary you know, advancement for a company like Wockhardt? Just trying to understand from a shareholder, stakeholder's perspective, what should we look at in terms of opportunities?
I think this would have a fairly significant opportunity in India and in emerging market, mainly because the resistance levels are high. And simultaneously, we will be working on with various companies for out-licensing it out so that we get the maximum potential. So in India, we hope to launch in next couple of quarters once we get the DCGI approval. And I think worldwide it would be sometime in about 12 to 18 months.
Okay. So for India, I remember you indicating that it could be marketed by the first half of 2024. Is that a correct assumption? And would it only be for compassionate use initially, or would it be a full-fledged commercial launch?
In India, Nafithromycin would be full-fledged commercial launch because the completion of phase 3 clinical trial is there, and we would be filing to drug controller in next few weeks or a few months, couple of months. And thereafter, we hope to receive the approval in time.
So first half of 2024 is when we could see the launch, because that's the timeline you had indicated earlier to us.
Yeah, it would be sometime mid-2024. That depends on the regulatory authority when they actually give the permission.
And what about a global launch?
Global launch would be another 9 months from India launch.
Okay, and this out-licensing that you spoke about, who would it be with potentially? Any names that you've probably narrowed down? Would it be an Indian company? Would it be an MNC? What is the strategy that you're probably contemplating?
I don't think I'll be able to give the names, but we would certainly be out-licensing it to various companies.
Okay. Just a quick word, Dr. Khorakiwala, on WCK5222 as well, because that's a part of your NCE portfolio. And you had mentioned that it was a 100% cure rate, which for people who were administered this antibiotic. But it's only been used for compassionate use till now. So what is the status on WCK5222?
I think we are supplying the products whenever the compassionate use requests are made. In the meantime, our phase 3 clinical trial will get over in next 6 to 9 months. And thereafter, we will be filing, global filing in US, Europe, India, China, everywhere, sometime in early 25.
All right, Mr. Khorakiwala, we'll leave it at that. Thanks a lot for joining in and giving us an update on, the stock as well as the company. Thanks for that. Let's now go across